Hi and welcome to Aussie Kicks. On today's show, well, we're taking a look at this, the Loolinn U61 toyish drone, and it says it's for 14 plus. So that's me covered then by about 30 years.
Daddy, what were dinosaurs like when you were young?
Pesky kids. So let's open it up and see what you get for your money. And it's not much money at all, being it's €79, £65 or $85 US. So is it any good? Well, we're not going to know that until we take it out of the box, charge up the battery and take it for a crash. I mean fly. Yeah, fly, not crash. Well, I can tell you a little bit about it. It is a 2.4 gigahertz FPV drone. You use your phone, it's Wi-Fi. It is brushed motors, but we'll just have to wait and see how powerful it is. Now, this can be used indoors and outdoors, but it's a lovely sunny day in the UK. I know, right? So we're going to take it outside and see if we can lose it. Right, let's unbox it and see what you get for your money. So I was happy with the packaging. It all looked quite professional and packed rather well. You do get a quick start guide of the steps that you need to do, as well as the app that you need to download. The drone itself looked perfectly fine. Mostly it's just battery and a camera. You get a large booklet full of multiple languages, 2 batteries in this one. Now, you can't buy these batteries individually, so if you get the chance, buy the kit that has 3 batteries. That way you know it's going to last you a bit longer. Overall, the quality of what you get for the money you're paying, I'm happy with it. Now we need to find out what it performs like. Right, so I've charged up the batteries, turn on the controller, take one of the batteries and slide it into the bottom. It doesn't really click, it just sort of fits there. There's an on-off switch at the back, you just turn that on. Seems to start flashing. Then we get my phone. Then we go to here and we click on that. Then it should join. So it's now joined it by Wi-Fi. Where did I do it? There we go. There we go. Got it. Right. Okay. So we have a connection. So, right. Then all we've got to do to fire it up is get this. Then we done that, then we turn on that, we push that down, then that down, and the drone comes to life. So let's take it out and fly it. Now, the footage you can see in the bottom left hand corner is drone footage, but even with it scaled down to that level, it's not the best. Now, I did have it synced with what you're watching, but it was kind of pointless because as I pulled away, you don't see the drone because it's so small. So I've cut in close-up shots of the drone actually flying with just some footage that I got from flying in and out of the barn. So what's my thoughts on the Loolinn U61? Well, we'll start with the good, then we'll do the bad, and then we'll round it up of should you spend your hard-earned money on this product. So the good, quality-wise, overall from the packaging to the transmitter to the actual drone itself and the batteries you get, I'm completely happy at this price point. Now, most drones aren't heavy and well built because they're trying to be light, but overall it looks the part and it's flimsy enough that if you crash it, it will flex, but not really cheap and cheerful. So overall, happy with the quality. Battery life was the next one. Battery life is fantastic. Now, this is brushed motors, but the battery life is excellent. If you go for the one that's got the 2 or 3 batteries if you can, then you're going to be out there for a good chunk of time. I do have quite a few drones that you only get 3 to 4 minutes, whereas this drone will happily fly around for quite a while. So if you've got 2 or 3, especially if you're going to give it to a youngster, then they've got a decent amount of battery life. Otherwise, if they're just charging up for ages, then flying for a short period of time, they'll get bored very quickly. Next plus, and it is a really good one, is it's super easy to fly. Now, I am no drone pilot at all, and I'm pretty terrible, but very pliable. It will actually do what you tell it. I think a lot of it is to do with it has the brushed motors, so it doesn't have tons of power, which is also a negative we'll come to, but it's very compliant. When you want it to sit and turn, it's really nice. So as a drone, definitely easy to fly. So great targeted for that younger person. The controller I found really nice. It's small, so it's going to fit perfectly in smaller hands, and with the buttons to take photographs and start your video and stop your video up here, and then you've got your launch button, very easy, and the launch button, brilliant. You just put it on the floor, press it, and it will take off straight away. Sometimes some drones, they take a while to settle down and get working. This one, you just put it down on the floor, press the button, and it shoots up and it just stays there. So very easy to launch. So let's go on to the negatives, and they are, I would like to see brushless motors. Why? When I've just said that it's probably a good thing because it's not so aggressive. If you're flying this outside at all, I was, and it was a tiny little bit of wind, and there was a lot of tilting into the wind to keep flying back, and at one point the wind got it and pulled it away from me, and I didn't have enough to bring it back. So having some brushless motors would give you that power, but obviously at this price point, you know, it's acceptable. If you're flying indoors, it won't be a problem at all, but if you're flying outside, really you've got to be flying it in very low wind to no wind conditions. So if you want to go out in the garden with the kids, it's going to limit you a little bit on that one, whereas if the wind catches it, you're not going to be able to bring it back. Another one is the batteries. Currently, I couldn't find that you could get extra batteries, so that's why I would be a bit concerned. Now, at this price point, it wouldn't put me off completely, but I would just make sure I bought as many batteries as possible. Now, on the actual website, they do sell a battery for a different type of drone, so maybe they will sell extra batteries. I honestly don't know, but that would be a bit of a concern. But since you can get one of these with 3 batteries, I think that will be enough, being the amount of flight time you get from a single battery. The other one was range. Now, flying it outside just a little while ago, when the wind actually caught it and pulled it away from me a bit, it almost went out of range and I had to move towards it. So the range is a bit limiting. So don't expect to go off flying well out of sight. I know it says it's an FPV, but realistically, the range that you're going to get, you're not really going to get that far before the drone starts bleeping, and there's no really way to recover it. It will start bleeping as the signal is dropping, but if the wind is catching it, you can't really, and your skill set is not very good, then you need to be able to bring it back quickly, otherwise the drone will go out. Now, I don't know what happens if the drone goes out of range, but I'm guessing it will fall out of the sky, or maybe it will land. I honestly don't know, but where it lands, who knows. And the last one, which is the biggest negative, is the camera. The onboard camera is rubbish. As you can see from the footage, it's just a bit of a mess. Now, for a youngster, the novelty factor is there, but you will not fly this by FPV at all, really. I found the frames were jumpy, and I'd rather just do line of sight. So the camera is the biggest letdown from this, as well as the photographs. Taking the photographs was pretty poor, and I was in beautiful bright sunlight and it still wasn't that great. So really a bit of a thumbs down for the camera. So do I think you should purchase the Loolinn U61 for a youngster or for someone who's getting into drones? Well, it depends. Now, looking at the price point of £65, 79 euros or 85 US dollars, you're getting a reasonable package. You're getting batteries, you're getting the actual drone itself, and you're getting a transmitter and a little tiny USB charger. So you've got everything you need to get up and going. And I am on the fence on this one because it's a good drone. It is a good flying drone, and it's brilliant for people that are getting into drone flying, youngsters. It's very compliant and I really enjoyed flying it. The transmitter is a nice size for younger, smaller hands, and I think they will enjoy it. What I think the problem is it's been marketed as an FPV drone or a video drone or camera drone. The camera in this is pretty rubbish. So I wouldn't purchase it for those features, but as a drone itself, it is very good. And I think if they can upgrade the camera and they could put a more high frame rate camera that you could actually use, I think they're onto a bit of a winner. Anyway, thanks so much. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.